So what's really neat about this is it's not just an electric outboard that they sell. It is an entire system.
And then 2023, they hit 116 miles per hour.
Very fast.
Very, very fast. The output that their system provides is pretty much what you want out of any engine. Welcome to another episode of the Southern Boating Podcast. I'm Ian Sneed.
I'm James Anderson.
And today we're talking to you about two great topics. The first one is going to be a focus on a company, Vision Marine. And the second one is going to be about hurricane preparation. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and let us know which one of these tips from hurricane prep you need to start using more often. That's a good one, right?
Absolutely. Listen, hurricane preparedness is where it all starts, and that's the most important part, being prepared. But before we get into that, let's talk about Vision Marine and what they got going on. For me, I'm interested. It's electric motors, and they make a package for OEM that is, or for boat builders to incorporate into one of their models.
When I look at the company, it looks like they have two models, the OEM, but then they also have their own vessels with their power options. And it sounds like they're in the process of creating a retrofit option for people that want to add their system to their current vessel.
That's right. So it mentions in here they are building a retrofit kind of kit, right? So what's really neat about this is it's not just an electric outboard that they sell. It is an entire system, from the battery packs to the converters or inverters to the charge packs, the control units to the motor.
Now, for people that want to consider electric propulsion, the reason you might want to look at Vision Marine is specifically they have 25 years in the boating industry. They're a publicly traded company. So you know that they're held to standards because they have to essentially share information, right?
Yeah, they are by far not a fly-by-night company.
Not at all.
Or a new company trying to gain entry into a market.
Exactly. They're trustworthy. Their whole goal is to enhance recreational boating through advanced electric technologies. That is their goal. You can find it right on their website. So they provide these turnkey solutions that include everything. The battery pack, as you're saying, right? The battery pack, the outboard itself, everything that you need.
They are providing the total encompassing package. So what they're looking for is a boat manufacturer that's willing to take their system and integrate it into one of their models that they may currently have, then sell the boat in that manner, right? And they're going to have some additional options down the road for adding more battery packs, whatever you may need.
For different types of upgrades.
Right.
A lot of people, they question
electric and water,
right? Well, everything they have, I think I read it was
IP67. So it's completely waterproof.
Waterproof.
Safe no matter whether you're in freshwater, saltwater, does not matter. Their battery pack is actually double sealed with stainless steel. So even if you puncture the outer containment system, or you still have another one. So it's going to be really hard to cause a problem.
So the safety element and what they provide is extremely high, but also the output element is extremely high because they have consecutive electric speed records. So in 2002, their speed power catamaran hit 109 miles per hour. And then in 2022. Sorry, I misspoke.
Trying to clock back. I was a lot younger.
2022,
and skinny.
And then, so seriously. And then 2023, they hit 116 miles per hour.
Very fast.
Very, very fast. The output that their system provides is pretty much what you want out of any engine.
Exactly right. And it's unique to them. Very interesting. And that's at Lake of the Ozarks, the very famous speed run they have out there. Great event to go and experience if you never have, because it's a lot of fun. You see a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, you're going to see with them that it's closer to that of a normal output of power that you get from a gasoline outboard than you do with some of the other electric manufacturers. And you've been on some other electric boats at this time.
Yes.
You'll probably notice it's not what you're used to.
Well, yeah, because like these engines, for example, some of them have like their eMotion 180E, which we talk about in our August issue. It has 180 horsepower output, right? So the equivalent of 180 horsepower.
It's 104 kilowatt output, which is the equivalent of 180 horsepower.
Yeah, I never remember the kilowatt parts. I never remember it.
That's not our math.
No, that's Europe. That's the rest of the world. You guys.
No, it's not even that. It's just the conversion of kilowatts to horsepower is not an even conversion, really. Right.
Well, another element of Vision Marine that I think is great, especially if you're curious about electric output, is they do boat rentals in Ventura, California, Newport Beach, California, and then Palm Beach, Florida. 3 locations if you're on either coast that you can check out if you want to see what it's like to actually captain a boat, captain a little
Vision
vessel.
Marine, if you're watching, why don't you reach out to us and we'd love to get on board and shoot some footage.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That would
do a
be
little
fun.
interview, do a little live capture. That'd be a lot of fun. The other thing that's really interesting with this, just like some of our cars that are electric now, we also are seeing wireless updates to the software. Because remember, with an electric motor, it's not mechanical like a gasoline motor, how the power's derived and how it's put out. There's a lot of software that goes into this, a lot of programming that has to be done. You're going to see over time updates, and you're going to be able to capture these updates wirelessly. So when you're at the boat ramp, whatever it may be, boats on the trailer, in your backyard, in your driveway, wherever it may be, you're going to be able to update the software. And that might mean either more runtime, better output,
better
numerous
efficiency.
different things, right? And their control unit also integrates some entertainment value and navigation. So again, it's a complete package from them. I'm really interested to see the retrofit stuff come out because I think more people will probably go to that.
I think a lot of people would really appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Now, moving on.
Yes.
One of my favorite subjects, living in Florida. We are so used to it. We're about halfway through it now. It's hurricane season. Hurricane season starts June 1st. Some of the most important things during hurricane season is having a plan, putting a plan in place. And we're going to cover some of the things that should be included in your plan, some of the things that you should be thinking about.
The article has 9 points, and we're going to touch on all 9 points right now. This is specifically protecting your boat before the strong storm strikes.
It's a hurricane. I mean,
the thing is, if once the weather goes foul, you want to make sure you have a plan. In a nutshell,
right? If
that's
you know your
point.
Bad weather is impending upon you, having a plan to deal with that bad weather, and it may mean a boat with no damage to a catastrophic complete loss.
The first thing is review your hurricane plan. Now, if you don't have one, you better make one. Like right now. As a matter of fact, if you don't have one, take notes on everything we're going to tell you because this will essentially be a big portion of your plan. Okay. Review your plan, have it written out so that other people can assist you if needed and have that plan easily attainable. You want someone to be able to grab it and read it and understand it quickly. That's the first step. The next one, deck maintenance. Now, I think this is something that I know people later on you're going to hear about, clearing things that could become, projectiles. But that's not what I mean when I'm talking about deck maintenance. I mean specifically clearing anything that would obstruct water from flowing off of your deck.
So your scuppers, your deck drains, all of that, you need to make sure that they function properly, they're clear of debris, and you're not going to have any issues because too much water creates a big, big problem.
Even sometimes the position of your vessel could assist the water flowing off of the deck. You want to keep that in mind. Next is battery maintenance. You want to make sure that you have batteries charged. You want to check the electrical bilge pumps, making sure that they're functioning. You want to clear any debris. You want to take care of the electrical systems in a nutshell.
Battery charge is very important. Your bilge pump needs to run off a battery during this period, and your bilge needs to be working. Your bilge pump desperately needs to be working. The other aspect to this is to make sure that your bilge is clear of debris as well.
Yes.
So you can't run into any malfunction of your bilge pump. The other one that we need to talk about here is going to be ensuring watertight seals for certain areas. So making sure that everything that can be watertight and should be watertight, like any entrance to below deck, any entrance into an engine room, those are sealed properly. Because again, water intrusion is going to be your enemy here. And the better that you can fight against the water intrusion, the better off you're going to fare through the storm.
Absolutely.
The other one is going to be reducing windage. And this is going to be extremely important as well. And by this, it can be as simple as removing all of your canvases. So any type of bimini top, bimini frames as well if you can.
Anything that would create any kind of wind resistance that could lead to your vessel getting damaged.
This is exactly right.
Yes.
And you just don't want them getting ripped off because the wind's going to be that strong. And then securing loose items. I mean, this is a no-brainer to us.
Yeah.
Because we live here in Florida. For some people don't think about it as much.
Well, the thing is, I think what happens is some people just think about the obvious things like cushions, right? But you want to remove deck chairs. You want to remove any fishing gear. You want to remove like anything that is not essentially bolted down. You don't want out because of the danger that it imposes, not just to the vessel, but to the area surrounding you. Because if it does become a projectile,
you don't want your neighbors upset with you.
No.
Because you left something out and 120 mile an hour winds and the wind picks it up and sends it flying through a piece of glass.
Yes.
Your neighbor will be very upset with you.
Seriously. So you want to make sure that everything is cleared. And then removing valuables.
Very, very important.
When I think about removing valuables, it's not just from the deck, like clearing the deck. It's actually like taking things off of your vessel.
Taking all your documentations.
And putting it somewhere important and safe.
So your maintenance records, your registration, your insurance information, taking all of that with you. And it's not just even that. If you have removable electronics, take them with you. Yeah. All right? Because if it's removable, remove it.
It could go.
Yeah.
It could disappear. Yes.
Well, not only disappear, but get damaged from water too.
Well, yeah.
Right?
True.
Eliminate as many risks as you can. So if it's removable, remove it. Take it with you, store it somewhere more secure than your boat.
Next is environmental safety. If you have paint cans, if you have oil canisters, if you have
gas tanks,
fuel,
portable gas, all of that needs to go.
Yes. You don't want any of that falling into the environment because you didn't secure it somewhere, right?
That's right.
So you just want to remove it from the equation completely.
And then one of the other ones is locking everything up. Locks are your friends in this case.
Yes. Imagine a door isn't locked, so it's not completely secure. So now you're getting wind and water damage to whatever ended up not being closed.
And the lock is that extra element to keeping the door shut.
Exactly.
Not only that, but we all know that there's some mischievous activities after a hurricane sometimes. So if your boat did fare well, and there does happen to be some mischievous activity, at least you have your locks there to protect some things.
And you've removed all your valuables, like documentation and electronics as well. So
the next, exactly. So there's really nothing there, but
still,
damage that somebody could cut to the fact. But not only that, the added security of the lock and helping doors, everything shut.
And if you do, what you should, lock your boat up, make sure you leave a spare. If you leave your boat on a marina, leave a spare key with the marina manager in case they do need to access something.
This is part of the important part. I'll shed a little bit more light on working with the marina. Number one, you need to understand what's your marina's plan. What are they going to do? What's their exercise during the hurricane? What do they need from you? How do they contact you after the hurricane's over to let you know that it's safe to come back and check on your vessel? All of that is very important.
Yes.
And I guarantee you they have a plan. Their insurance is going to require them to have a plan most times. So understanding what their plans are and communicating with them, leaving them a set of keys in case they need access to your vessel is very important.
And the final tip, which kind of plays along what you were saying, you were even listing some of the elements of it, was update your contact information with the marina.
Yes.
That way, when you ask them, how will I be notified that it's safe to return? They will have the information of, we're going to email you, we're going to call you, we're going to, whatever it may be. Great. Make sure they have your updated contact information.
That's it for hurricane safety.
To all our viewers, to all our readers, be safe.
Have a plan.
Right? Have a plan.
Have a plan.
When it comes to creating plans, obviously, we're constantly putting out safety columns and safety content because we want you to continue to boat safely and enjoy your time as a boater.
And if you have questions about plans, reach out to us.
Absolutely.
We're more than happy to involve all of our staff in helping you.
Yeah.
For right now, I'm James Anderson.
I'm Ian Sneed.
Make sure to come back and check us out next week.
Technically on episode 24.
54?
24.
65? 83?
I don't know if these numbers are referencing anything or if they're just random. Because I'm going through all the songs that have numbers in my head right now. Like I went through the 8675309. I did the
one of my favorite songs.
I love that song. I have a high school friend. Her name was what was her name? Jeanette. Her name was Jeanette. But for some reason,
what's going through my
head I would call
right
her
now?
Jenny. What?
You just said it. Jenny's got a...
Oh, wow. That's a different Jenny, I think. I don't know, man. If it's the same one, she's got a wild life.
My brain works in mysterious ways many times. So.
Yeah.
All righty. Let's rock and roll.
Cool. Remember to subscribe to the channel. I know that.
Of course, somebody has to call right now, right?
That's okay. It happens. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb also. So
I never remember to put my watch that way.
it's okay.